I said, shine a light down on all of us. We want you to see us clear. Shine a beam now from up above. It's because of you we are here. Hello, it's time for Super Trouper 8. My name's Andrew Savage, and I'm at 81 Castle Rig Drive, Burnley, Lancashire, BB1288D. And this is our theme tune, just about to come to an end. Right, here we are, our first item that we're going to review today. Incidentally, all our reviews this time are going to be in alphabetical order, you'll be pleased to hear. And the first one is called Certain Gestures, and this is a strange little magazine. It costs 40p. It's a very tall magazine, but a very thin magazine, and it contains strange little sort of autobiographical moments, and yeah, it's quite unusual. It's Certain Gestures. I think it's one for the collectors, and the address to get it from is 55 Perowne Street. That's Perowne Street, Aldershot, who just about managed to survive in the Football League. Good old Aldershot, just hanging in there, a bit like Burnley a few years ago. And that's Aldershot, Hampshire, GU113JR, and that's England. This next one is a big A4 sort of newspaper printed magazine called Comics, which interestingly enough is about comics. And there's news, reviews, listings, events, charts, and also you can have free classified ads in this, just so long as the ads are about comics. Yeah, it's got all the comics in here: Incredible Hulk, Captain Marvel, Captain America, the Black Panther, the Champions, Doctor Who, Excalibur, the Avengers. I prefer the New Avengers. I always fancied Purd out of the New Avengers. Anyway, I've also got Gargoyle, Iron Man, like all the comics. And the distribution for this is 7,200. This issue I've got here is the May 1990 issue. I can't see an individual price on it, although a subscription for 1 year is £6 in the UK and $15 to the USA. And you can get Comics International from 77 Oxford Street, London, W1R 1RB. And now we've got an A4 fanzine called Dreams from Within, and it's a very bulky fanzine here. We've got about 72 pages in this one. This is issue 6, and I think also issue 7 is included with issue 6. Issue 7 is in fact a big A4 size poster of Birds of the Night, Whisper Lies it's called, is the poster. So you get that free, I think, with issue 6. And we've got people like Dance Naked in here. In fact, there's an interesting article by the leader of Dance Naked, Alan, and he gives advice on how to get a record, how to press your own record and distribute it, and also how to start your own tape label, you know, and where to get all the tapes done and the covers, etc. And there's a hell of a lot in this issue. There's also a free badge. It's a black background with the knives printed on the top of it in white. It's a good fanzine, it's worth trying if you're into collecting fanzines. It costs 70p and is available from Darren, 74 Monteith Crescent, Boston, Lincolnshire, PE 21 9AY, England. And now we come to our first bit of music. This is a band called Emily's Inner Space, and they've sent me a cassette that just has the one track on it. I think it's a track which is an ongoing project. The track is called Inside Emily, and this is a bit of it. There we are, that's Emily's Inner Space and the ongoing unfinished track Inside Emily. So if you're interested in finding out more about this project, you can contact Emily's Inner Space at 56 Thurlstone Road, and that's London SE27 OPD. And now we've got, from America, we've got Fact Sheet 5 magazine, issue number 37. In fact, I just received this very issue today. What is today? Let's have a look. Right, yeah, today is the 29th of August 1990. And Fact Sheet 5 is a huge review magazine, perhaps the biggest of its kind in the world. There's over 140 pages here, and well, there are so many magazines, cassettes, records, t-shirts, comics reviewed in here that I've no idea how the editor manages to read them all in time to do, I think, 5 issues of Fact Sheet 5 a year. 4 or 5 issues anyway. I've no idea how he manages it. It's only $3, this Fact Sheet 5. So, you know, I suggest perhaps you send for it. If contact addresses is what you're after, then this issue, I should imagine, at a rough guess, perhaps contains maybe, I don't know, 1,500, perhaps more. I don't know, I'm not very good at guessing. Contains a lot of addresses anyway. And you can get it from Mike Gundaloy, 6 Arizona Avenue, Rensselaer, that's Rensselaer, New York, 12144, 4502, USA. Right, now the first portrait mag that we've managed to get to happens to be Fe from Canada. Now what can I say about Fe? Well, let's have a look, shall we? It's sort of A5 size, and just describe it, Andy, you know, that's sort of A5 size. How many pages? 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24 pages. And Fe, as you may know, is a journal of odious portrait. Now, the sort of people that would want to be in Fe, well, God only knows. They must be really ill. I think, you know, to be in Fe, you must have something seriously wrong with you. And I shall read out one of the poems here just to highlight what I mean by this. This is a poem by some incredibly strange person. I don't know where these people come from, but he's called Hezekiah Frith, and he claims to come from Montreal. And he's written a poem here called "What Would Christmas Be Like If Father Christmas Was a Cannibalistic Headhunter?" No, on second thoughts, I don't think I'd better read that one. It might frighten 1 or 2 people, and anyway, there's some rather big words in it, and you know, I can't read them. So I'll pick out another one. Right, here's one by a girl from Connecticut called Christine, formerly Morticia. And this is her poem, Sex Gargoyles Part 2. Salacious displays of smut and bonhomie. Me and the sex gargoyles chortle, rolling and rocking through saucy initiation rites, kicking up a delightful, multi-orgasmic and sleazy binge of baklava-flavoured activity, licking out the navels, not stuffed with fluss in the inedible sense, scooping out sweet and sour from hard-to-get orifices. Yum yum, said the bevy of spiders to the fly. Oh hell, what fun! And so I spread my itty-bitty wings, engulfed by a warm flow of fleshy lava, savouring every single microsecond of this crazy tomfoolery inside my lapsed Catholic mind and body. There we are, that's one of the nicer poems in Fe. And this issue is $1, and this is issue 8 from June 1990. And you can get this particular magazine from P.O. Box 5806, Station B, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, H3B 4T1. And the editor and publisher of this glorious little magazine is Simon Stylites. And next we come to some more music from a band called From Nursery to Misery, and their tape The Oak Tree, and we're playing an excerpt from the title track, The Oak Tree.
Most already dead, we all know who's to blame. Civilised and inhumane race, the destroyers of our world, of our once living planet, once full of other oak trees, none as old as you. They should have thought about it, but they just didn't care. They built cities upon your dying race. They all got too greedy. They exploited. Now have to face their fate. Rich relied upon you, for food and shelter, but now it's too late for trees. There's no one left here except the dying old oak tree.
And this is a C45 tape, which contains 12 tracks. And I don't know the price, but if you send them a blank C45 or a blank C60, whichever you prefer, they'll maybe tape a copy up for you. And you can contact From Nursery to Misery via their lead singer Gina Fear, and she's at 265 Long Riding, Basildon, Essex, SS141QS, England. And I know that Gina will be delighted to hear from you, so write to her for a copy of The Oak Tree. We've got a weird little mag. It's a pen pal mag. This is an incredibly old issue that I've been sent, so I don't know if this one's still going. But anyway, if you're interested in a very weird little pen pal mag, the address for it is Great Friends, P.O. Box 120, Faisalabad, Pakistan. So that is an unusual one, if you want to write off to there. And now we've got a chapbook from Alex Meller, and it's called Girls' Night Out. Superbly printed, it really is. Lovely glossy card cover. And we've got 42, 44 pages of Alex's poetry. I'll just pick one out for you. Right, here's one called God's Gift to Women. He's got hair that's neat, he's got Gucci feet, He's got a bad smell under his nose. He's got a designer tie and a button fly, and he's just here for the pose. He's got a wallet that's big, he's got a big French cig, and a smile that'll make you sick. He's got a big flash car, he's got an accent, yaw, and he'll treat you like you're thick. He's got big biceps, he's got dancing steps, so he thinks he turns you on. He's got a line to say, he's got to hope it will pay, 'cause in the morning he'll be gone. He's got no class, he'll make a pass, say you'll be left on the shelf. Tell him, kiss my arse, your whole life is a farce, why don't you go and screw yourself? Excellent. And this booklet is £2, and you can get it from Alex Meller at 9 Windy Ridge Street, Horbury, Wakefield, WF4 6ES, West Yorkshire, England. Giants Play Well in the Drizzle is an A4 sheet of 2, 4, 6, 8 pages, and it's got poems on, so I'll just find one to read out. Here's a nice little one called Sulphur by Kim Lyons. Some tightness in my chest must explain this rain. Come down suddenly while windows shut. Water takes over the world, I wish it would. We would go places in rowboats like people during disasters. Smelling of earth is how the night finally comes after the rain and wind. And the editor of Giants Play Well in the Drizzle is Martha King, and she says that she's always looking for new people to send it to. And I can't see a price on it, but if you write to her at 362A 4th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11215, then maybe she'll let you know. This one is issue number 24 from December 1989. Now we've got one that's just one side of an A4 sheet, and it's called Humorous Poems and Jokes by John Binns, the Bearded Bard. And let's have a look at some of his jokes and puns. We've got one here called The Elephant and I. The elephant and I never forgot to take our tranquilizers. And also now we've got one here called Dreams. Dreams are places that you would never have dreamed of going to. And one more, we've got one called Sally Angie. Sally Angie was given a crust. She looked at it and threw it away in disgust. For there was something she much preferred that she knew. So she picked out a bogey and began to chew. Right. So if you're into this, you can get further copies. You send an SAE to John Binns, the Bearded Bard, 14 Silveroyd Close, Wortley, Leeds, LS12 4QZ, England. And just down the road from the Bearded Bard we come to Huddersfield, and that's the home of Steve Snide and his Hilltop Press postcard series. And this is a series of little postcards with poems and little pictures on them. And on one of them we find Welsian Haiku by Pete Cox. Martians cross Surrey, their metal legs trundle on, but no hankies though. And there's also the cards with poems from John Francis Haynes, Dave Calder, Andy Darlington and others. Also David Banks. And if you want this series, you can write to Steve Snide, and his address is Hilltop Press, 4 Knoll Place, Almondbury, Huddersfield, West Yorkshire, HD5 8PB, England. And now we come to several items from New Hope International magazine. First of all, we've got their Portrait magazine, which is an A5 sized duplicated 36 pages of portrait, and this is volume 13 number 3 from 1990. And here's a poem from it by Edward Leonardo Juasinski, who I think also is the editor of Agog magazine. And this is his poem called Hocus Pocus. Hocus pocus, mind now focus on this circus, oh so odious, tedious, sometimes delicious, vicious, mischievous, totally ridiculous, happy to get rid of us, amusers, soothers, users and abusers as well. There we are, that's Ed Leonardo Juasinski. Other people in here include Michael Newman, Thomas Kretz, Mark Robinson, Erica Wagner, John Ward, Robert Ward, and numerous others. And that's the Portrait magazine, and that's price £1.50 or $4 overseas. There's also a review supplement which reviews everything that can be reviewed. That comes separately. And besides the review supplement, we've also got a chapbook here called Editor's Dilemma, which is a celebration of 20 years of small press publishing by the editor of New Hope International, Gerald England. And Editor's Dilemma is the story of New Hope International from its beginnings as a magazine called Headland, right through to when it became New Hope International. And there's poems in here going right back to when it first began, and there's also articles by the various poets and poetesses who's been published by Gerald England over the years, and they give their thoughts on 20 years. And then finally from New Hope International, which is also been released to celebrate 20 years of publishing, is a cassette called 9090, and it's a C90 of portrait and music, and it costs £3, and here's a little extract from it.
When I was tiny, at school, there was a pile of seashells on a sunny windowsill, and in the dust we learnt about the sea. It was wet, salty, surrounded islands, held whales and fish, came in at Tynemouth, and Britannia, who sat on pennies, still ruled it. In the desiccated shells I saw fantastic places, tropical nights, sunken cities, ancient, far-off Never-Never lands only visited by ships. But they did not tell me about the sea's rages, nor the crisping blue, nor the far-out heaving waves beckoning my soul forever. Of those I learned from walking on the beach, by hearing water thunder in my head, by facing northern squalls, and learning by myself the secret, convoluted seashell sounds yearning from the deep.
There we are, that was Roger Harvey and his poem The Sea from 1990, and all of these items from New Hope International can be obtained from Gerald, England, 20 Werneth Avenue, G Cross, Hyde, and that's Cheshire, SK145NL, and that's England. Mountain Juggling by Barry Edgar Pilcher is an extraordinary chapbook from Cracks magazine, published by Cracks. Quite an amazing. The front cover itself is you can play with it for hours. You know, there's cutouts and there's pictures and things that pop up and things that turn round, and there's some poetry inside it as well. Here's a little poem from it called Sip Sip Cider.
Cider, cider, make me laugh to the end of that little bottle. I love you so, you can love me. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
I don't know how much this was yet. It costs. This one costs £1 or $2. And it's available from Cracks magazine, 63 Dixon Lane, Leeds, LS12 4RR, England. Right now we've got issue 63 of the monthly Independent Tribune Times Journal Post Gazette News Chronicle Bulletin. And this is the first issue in quite a while. The editor has been blissfully running around the whole Northern Hemisphere, writing books and telling funny jokes and what have you. There's no Bone family in this episode, which is in this issue, which is rather sad. But we have got Wistful Pirates instead, who are quite good, I think. Also, the special story in this issue is The Mysterious Case of the Puzzling Mystery. So if you want to find out more about that, then write off to 2510 Bancroft Way, number 207, Berkeley, California, 94704, USA. The monthly bulletin is free, but if you send them lots of stamps for them to post it to you. Now we've got a record, a 45 disc that we should have put on issue 7 of Super Trouper, but silly me forgot. Although I don't know why I forgot, because it's a very good record. And it's by Marilyn's Army, and the A-side is Puppets of a Broken Dream, and the B-side is Welcome to the Bitter Times. And here's an extract from Puppets of a Broken Dream.
And I loved her for a day or more, but I loved her to rest my love does. Rents up laughing as she's left the shore. Rents up laughing as she's left the shore. Rents up laughing as she's left the shore. Tempted in some deceiving feelings, and lost it in the light of the day. It takes a long time to accept that we're just puppets of a broken dream. We're just puppets of a broken dream. We're just puppets of a broken dream.
And it comes in a posh red sleeve, and you can get it from Frank Klotchen, and he's in Eschken, Scamperweg 15, 4300 Essen 14, West Germany.
What we traded is not worth to remember, and what we got is not worth to speak of. Because until the fading days of December, we're gonna lose the few that we've got. We're gonna lose the few that we've got. We're gonna lose the few that we've got. The days begin to recall each other, running like it's a non-healing scene. It takes a long time to accept that we're just puppets of a broken dream. We're just puppets of a broken dream. We're just puppets of a broken dream.
I'll spell Scamperweg, shall I, just in case I've not pronounced it right. It's ECHSTENKAMPERWEG.
We are the puppets of a broken dream. We're just puppets of a broken dream. We are the puppets of a broken dream. We're just puppets of a broken dream. We are the puppets of a broken dream. We're just puppets of a broken dream. We are the puppets of a broken dream. We're just puppets of a broken dream.
Now we've got a magazine called Outlook, which is an attempt to break into the professional magazine. It's a big A4 glossy magazine with a picture of Muriel Gray smiling away on the front of it. There's over 50 pages in here of music news, film news, and various things. There's an interview with Fish of Marillion. Oh, he's not of Marillion now, he's left, but there's an interview with him anyway. And there's also quite a good interview in here with Spike Milligan. And this is the February-March issue, which was issue number 8, 75 pence. Outlook, I think, should be available nationally throughout newsagents in Britain, like W.H. Smith or, you know, similarly large newsagents. But if you can't find a copy, the address to write to is 87 Kirkstall Road, London, SW2 4HE. And Outlook accepts contributions of articles from people, although at the moment they can't actually afford to pay for any of them. Now we've got Peace and Freedom magazine, volume number 6, well, volume 6 number 4 and volume 6 number 5, which have both recently come out together. In number 4 we've got an interview with Dennis Bortek, and lots of little reviews and album reviews and what have you. There's also the famous Thoughts of Betty column. And in number 5 there's a large feature on Bridget Bardot, who is a supporter of Peace and Freedom magazine. She gets it as often as she can. And there's also an interview with Angus J. Hook. Both these issues are A5 size, 24 pages, and cost 50 pence. And there's also a Peace and Freedom tape magazine out at the moment as well. That's a C90 cassette hosted by Paul Rance. And that one cost £2.50 or $6. And you can get all of these items from Peace and Freedom 17 Farrow Road, Wapload Drove, Spalding, Lincolnshire, PE12, OTS, England. And in fact, the Peace and Freedom Band have a new C60 tape out at the moment called Is God a Dropout? And you can get that one from Tapeworm Tapes at 81 Castlereagh Drive, Burnley, Lancs, BB1288T. And here's a little track of it called She's Getting It. And you can get that for 50p, a blank tape and an SAE. Now we come to the Pantatet, which is just two A4 sheets stapled together, and this is a little thing that specialises in limericks. And this issue has a special feature on the limericks of Alexander Barron from London. And here's an example of one of his limericks, and this is called What Gilbert Should Have Written. There was once an old man in a tree who was stung on the prick by a bee. He asked an old lady to suck out the malady and got done for indecency. And this is volume 9, number 8 from May 1990. And you can get the Pantatet from the Limerick Special Interest Group, Box 365, Moffett, California, 94035, USA. Membership of the club is $12 per year for Mensa members, so that kicks me out, doesn't it? And $15 for anybody else, such as me. Now we've got a portrait mag called Penumbra, and this is Penumbra issue number 2. It's an A5 magazine, and there's 52 pages in it, so it's quite a big one. It's mostly portrait, although there are a couple of short stories in here as well, and also a bit of artwork. And an example of a poem from here is a poem by Don David called Only It Enhanced Me, and this is just a little bit of it. Emerges from a slit of flesh, moist slit particle of semen, obscure composite which is composite in its composite power. The organ retains all its parts, a grave of flowing cloth. Principles cluster lilac, spread throughout the decaying sense. No vulva appears in the seed of a nail. And there's quite a few long poems in here. Penumbra's quite a big mag, so it can take long poems. People in back like Paul Buck, Bob Cobbing, Paul Green, David Rushmer, and many others. And you can get this from 1 Beecher's Close, Saffron Walden, Essex, CB11 4BU. I can't see a price on it, so I suggest that you write first. That's it for this side. A special thanks, by the way, to the people who've written in to say they like the theme tune. Thanks very much. And the first review we come to on here is a very big magazine from Canada called Prairie Fire. This is quite an old issue they've sent me here, spring 1987. It's just slightly bigger than A5 size. There's 100 pages. It's glossy card cover, spine bound. There's portrait, short stories, articles, photographs. Also, there's an excerpt from a play in here called Schedules by Bruce McManus. So there's lots going on in here. Here's a poem by Carol Brost called Spring is Born. In my garden, breathing soft as smoke through winter's debris, mould speckled papers blown from space wrecks, a bumper sticker still legible, this vehicle stops for unicorns, weed sprouts entwining the trigger cavity of a rusted toy gun, and cradled in an island of lime squeezed moss, a scrap of mirror reflecting incredibly my mother's face. Prairie Fire publishes mainly Canadian work, but not exclusively, so it is worth perhaps sending along a poem or two to find out what happens. And the address to send is Prairie Fire Press Incorporated, 423-100 Arthur Street, Winnipeg, Manitoba, R3H 1B3, Canada. Now we've got a smaller magazine called Rattler's Tale. This is issue number 5. And this is an A5 magazine with 24 pages, and it's for short stories, and they go for mystery and horror stories and innovative articles on the fringes of knowledge. And work should be approximately 500 words, typed double-spaced on A4 paper and accompanied by an SAE. £5 is paid for successful works. So not many small press magazines actually pay, but Rattler's Tale pay you £5. And in this issue, which is from March 1990, we've got work from Anthony North, Anne Grayson, Jerry Knight, Dennis Kappa, Robert James and several others. And you can get Rattler's Tale from Anthony North Enterprises, BCM Keyhole, London WC1N 3XX, England. I've not got the price for an individual copy here, but a subscription for 6 issues per year is available for £5. And now some amazing news from Fe magazine. They're starting to do individual chapbooks for various weird people. I don't know what sort of weird person would want to be in a Fe chapbook, but obviously there are some. And the first of these is called Stuff and Nonsense, and this is by Francesca Bongiorno, or it could even be Francesca Bongiorno. Anyway, no doubt if you write to Fe, they'll tell you how to pronounce her name. It's A5, 32 pages, card cover, and it is $2 for this one, and an example of the portrait inside is this delightful little poem here called Angel Piss. My mother used to say that when it rained, it meant the angels were pissing, which made perfect sense to me. I thought if I were up there in the clouds, I would piss down on all the little people too, just for fun. Francesca there is one of the more contemplative contributors to Fe. And the Fe address again is P.O. Box 5806 Station B, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, H3B4T1. And the next chapbook from Fe promises to be pretty dreadful. I know that that incredibly weird person, Lovely Ivor's going to be part of it, so, you know, I don't know exactly what to expect from that. So, moving swiftly along, as they say, we come to a much better chapbook than Lovely Ivor. And it's Andy Bruce's selected poems from 1982 to 1989. This has been printed on A4 sheets of paper, 10 sheets altogether, featuring many of Andy's best poems from that period. And Andy changes, makes songs out of a lot of his poems, and so we'll play one of his poems that is turned into a song, and it's called Going Underground.
When I get my poll tax bill, I'll throw it straight in the nearest bin. Throw it straight in the nearest bin. Throw it straight in the nearest bin. No, you can't find me, 'cause I'm going underground. When I'm in disguise, I'll walk the streets unseen, safe from prying eyes, not part of the machine. No, you can't find me, 'cause I'm going underground, going underground, going underground. No, you won't find me when I'm underground, underground, underground. Flashy anti-cronies are playing with our lives. They only think of money, they're devils in disguise. No, you can't find me, 'cause I'm going underground, going underground, going underground. No, you won't find me when I'm underground, underground, when I'm underground. No.
That's just brilliant there. That's Andy Bruce and Going Underground. And Super Trooper asked Andy Bruce how he goes about his songwriting.
Rolling groups of 4 beats to the bar. You know, the score, the harder your rhythm is, the easier it becomes, and the better rhythms you get and more complex you get, but they don't seem that hard to you because you push yourself through it, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, thanks there, Andy. You can write to Andy Bruce at his address, which is 187 Grange Road, Hartlepool, Cleveland, TS268LX, England. And also another member of Peace and Freedom Band, Andy Bruce, of course, a member of Peace and Freedom Band. Another member, Paul Rance. Super Trooper magazine asked him for his thoughts about playing live on stage.
Structure for a song, and then you ad lib it on stage. It still sounds good because you get one person who's still playing the same chords, and you get other people who are sort of doing slight variations on it. It still sounds quite interesting. And obviously, if someone's playing a totally different song, 4 different songs being played or tunes being played, it won't go down. But if it's sort of just slight variations, that'd be okay. Another thing was sort of when you got a rhythm section, it's not that vital that everyone plays if you've got a bass and he's playing exactly the same notes as the guitarist, you don't need to do that. You could just sort of play a hypnotic rhythm alongside with a drummer who's just boom da and then the guitarist can just sort of play something, is just playing sort of something which is sort of fits in with that rhythm. Sort of when I go around Andy's and I play his drum machine, I sort of play it as notes, which sort of old Ringo Starr did with the Beatles. Used to play the notes, Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Like a sad song, make it better. Whereas if that was another drummer, he'd probably just played it like, Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Make a sad song, make it better.
Yeah, thanks for that, Paul. Next review we've got here is a chapbook by Alice Olds Ellingson, and it's called Skin Poems. And this is A5, it's from 1988. And Alice is really quite a prolific writer. There's 56 pages in this chapbook, absolutely packed out with her poems of a wide variety of subjects and lengths. And now Alice has kindly offered to read one of her poems for us. So let's have a little listen, shall we?
Oh, Saturday night. Oh, Saturday night. Oh, Jonah, where were you when? Oh, Jonah, Jonah Jones. I got a hankering so many years to meet you, me, oh my, oh me, oh my, oh. Are we our brothers and sisters, Jonah? Oh, Jonah, never but a one you wave over me. Do I take this unlawful man to be my wife? Oh, Jonah. Oh, Jonah, I sleep for you. I kiss the lipstick for the pillow. Jonah, Jonah. I kiss the lipstick for the pillow. There's Jonah out there. Is Jonah waiting out after me in droves? He's a star by the left, a lady's chain, a star by the right, and I go into the Watusi, Jonah. Jonah, pick me, I'm your flower. I'm your aging flower, child. Open my curtain, breathe and hot Jonah. And he sleds up to me with snow.
And you can get in touch with Alice Olds Ellingson at her address, which is 639 Bush Street, number 52, San Francisco, California, 94108 USA.
I'm back, you undulating old Jonah.
And thanks as well for that, Alice. Now we've got a booklet here by Alexander Barron, edited by Alexander Barron, which is the story of Bonnie and Clyde. And it includes a poem written actually by Bonnie Parker called The Story of Suicide Sal. And also The Story of Bonnie and Clyde, which is a extremely long poem. And this is well, what size would you call this? It's bigger than A5 and smaller than A4, and it's a card cover, and there's 16 pages, and I've not got the price here, but anyway, here's an excerpt from the poem The Story of Bonnie and Clyde. Now, Bonnie and Clyde are the Barrow Gang, and I'm sure that you all will have read how they rob and they steal, and the lowlife who squeal are found dead with a slug through the head. There are lots of untruths to these write-ups, for they're neither as ruthless as that, though their nature is raw, and they hate all the law, the stool pigeons, the spotters and rats. And The Story of Bonnie and Clyde is available from Alexander Barron, 93C Venner Road, Sydenham, London SE26, England. Now we've got a band from Holland called Selves Without Shells, and their C60 tape called A Mystery Mark. And this is a track off it called Art Drive.
Boy, no, it's
And this one is 16 tracks, and it's split up into two sides. The first side is music to wake up with, and the second side is music to go to sleep with. And you can get this tape from EE Tapes, which is care of Eric Van Havre, and he's at Breedstraat 171. That's BREEDSTRAAT 171, and that's B 2700 St Nicholas. That's SINT-NIKLAAS, and that's Belgium.
Of the young boy, no, it's lie in your bed, lie, try to work.
Scratch 3 is an A5 magazine with a card cover and 40 pages, and Scratch magazine is mainly portrait, although there's some artwork in here, and there's a short story by John Ward, and a review section at the end. And here's an interesting poem from it by Bernard Young. It's called A Glove Poem. Yes, darling, of course I glove you. Don't you remember? It was glove at first sight. I gloved you more than my woolly scarf, more than my pom-pom hat, more than my big top coat. Yes, even in winter. Give me your hand. There, doesn't that feel better? Aren't you reassured? What do you mean, mittens? Never. I deny them categorically. And also in this issue we've got, who have we got here? Helen Dunmore, William Park, John Bosley, Phil Jones, John M. Bennett, David Tipton, Helen Burke, and many others. The cost is £1.25 for a single copy, or £3.50 for 3. And the address to get Scratch from is 24 Nelson Street, The Groves, York, Y03 7NJ, England. And Scratch is printed on recycled paper. Tops number 83 from summer 1990, which is a big A4 magazine, 28 pages, a huge mass of contributors in this issue, which also comes with a supplement for subscribers, and that's The Caves of Morley by Alex Anderson. And here's a little poem from Sharon Elton called When I Loved You Most. When I loved you most, you were not there, and I needed you to show you care. I need someone to hold me close. I know it's you I love the most. And Tops 83 costs 25 pence from the old police station. 80 Lark Lane, Liverpool, L1178UU, England. And now we've got a tape here called 20 Million Good Reasons, Shimmer. And this is a weird tape. On the first side we've got a lot of strange noises, and on the second side we've got an American preacher called Pastor Gary warning of the dangers of rock and roll. So we'll have a little listen. This is a C60 tape, and we'll have a little listen to the first side, and then we'll have a little listen to the second side.
I think you're going to see as we go into this tonight that the spirit of violence is totally in control in the rock groups. When backward masking, which is playing a song forward but having a separate message backwards, first came out, it was introduced basically by the Beatles. The Beatles were one of the sickest groups you'll ever find because their music was so subtle, but there was more satanic involvement and Eastern religions and cultic things in their rock albums. You can take any Beatles album and see hundreds of occultic Satan worship things happening right on their album covers. But they would have songs like the White Album, where they would say number 9, number 9, number 9, number 9. You play that backwards and it says very clearly, turn me on, dead man, turn me on, dead man, turn me on, dead man. They were into Satan. One man that was one of their group leaders once said, they are so satanic, it scares me. But we didn't know that. When the Beatles were out, we thought, yeah, let me hold your hand. You know, we thought that was cute. But they took people deeper and deeper. Now,
right, there we are. And if you want to hear more of that, then you should write to the Reverend Chris de Colon Berthold of the Dollyhead International, and that is care of 73 Fitzgerald House, London E14OHH, England. And just as a matter of interest, Happen to have a copy of the Beatles' White Album here, so we'll just play Revolution number 9 backwards, shall we? See what happens. Spooky. Now we've got a magazine here called UK Resist, which is an anarchist publication. A4, very classy magazine indeed. A4 size, 30 pages, 60 pence. It's got a front cover of the Queen saying bollocks to the poll tax. And there's interviews with bands Citizen Fish, Maniacs, Comrade, Decadence Within, and Hot Alcio. And some information on how to resist the poll tax. It says here that we have to write letters to our local councils asking questions such as what future use will be made of the poll tax register, do the police have any access to it, how many people can sit on the independent community charges tribunal, are they legally trained? If not, who provides the legal advice? Can I appeal to the High Court? And, you know, questions like that, really awkward questions to try and slow up the process. And this is issue number 2 from April, May, June 1990. And it's 60 pence, and you get it from UK Resist, P.O. Box 244A, Surbiton, Surrey, KT5 9LU, England. Now we've got one of the little rump booklets from Cracks. This is rump 13, called Vengeful Glee by Eric Borland. And this is a very little pocket size booklet of 16 pages. And here's a poem from it called Crane Stance. Just this morning I had an ocean on my foot, beach under my toenails, shell skewered one heel, and gave the tide a tendril of red. Sick and smug it told me it was salty and 4 billion. Sweet and lifting my stinging foot I said, I'm only 17. And you can get Vengeful Glee for 10 pence and an SAE from the Cracks address, which is 63 Dixon Lane, Leeds, England. It's 25 cents in America. And now we come to a couple of tapes sent by Don Compo from Lonely Whistle Music in America. We've got a compilation here called USA Goes Pop, which features 18 underground songs. And so we'll play you one of the tracks from this C60. This is Lawrence Salvatore and Pop Off a Girl.
Sister don't have much to say.
And also from Don, we've got his daughter Nicole Compo and her C15, The Old God. And here's a track from that called What You See.
What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. And you look like a dirty old rug. I sure ain't a clean one, hun. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. I may be fat like an overfed cat. I may be gross like the plague on a rat. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. I may have dimples and I sure have pimples. My brother's unruly and I'll tell you truly. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. What you see.
You can get both of these from Lonely Whistle Music, P.O. Box 23952, San Jose, California 95153, USA. And now it's time for a little mention of our own Tapeworm tapes and our latest stuff. Our latest C60 compilation is called The Big Mouse 4, and that features many, many internationally renowned artists, including the Big Mouse himself, the Big Mouse in person, yeah, sure does. And it also has Andy Robson, very rare appearance on tape by Andy Robson. There's Dave Conliff's there, Richard Mason, Betty J. Silconis is there, and also an incredible track from Andrew and the Cucumber Sandwiches, which was recorded after they split up. And so let's just have a little listen to one of the tracks from the Big Mouse, shall we? This is a band called Proud Flesh with their song Too Many Voices. Down on over.
You know there's just too many voices in here. Girl, I think you gotta make some choices. Too many voices. My head tonight. Gotta make some choices. And you gotta be right. You gotta be right. Gotta be right. Gotta be right. My wife is gone. Get me here. One more whiskey and one more beer. Just one more beer. Then we turn out the lights. Bottle of beer and hear me die. Now I can't lose. That's my poison. That's just my poison. When you turn on the lights, wait for around a minute. I'm ready to ride. Gotta make some choices tonight. When we gotta be right, gotta be right, gotta be right, gotta be right, right, gotta be right, gotta be right.
And that's from the Big Mouth 4 there. Proud Fresh recorded this track live at the Duchess of York pub in Leeds in February '89. And now here's the latest cassette single from the Peace and Freedom Band, and it's called Ain't Gonna Pay the Poll Tax.